I live here my life. I stay strong, I stay wise. I live here my life. I stay strong, I stay wise. I live here my life. While we wait.
Hey, Patrice Bryant here, and I am the host of While We Wait. I am so glad that you're here. Come on in the room. We want to chat with you. While We Wait is a platform that shares topics of inspiration, motivation, and empowerment. This platform is strictly for entertainment and the purpose of sharing information as well as promoting events and businesses. Come on in the room. Come on. I am so glad to see you. So very happy that you're here. And if you're enjoying While We Wait, hi, good afternoon. If you're enjoying While We Wait, please let us know. Your feedback is so appreciated. Also, please take the time right now, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook Live, please share. We want to share. We want everybody to be a part. Hi, Tara G. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for your support. Like and share, like and share. Thank you so much. Well, and please, guys, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, please comment. I believe you'll have something you might want to say today. And your comments and your questions are welcome as we are streaming live. We want and love the interaction. I hope you enjoyed last week's live with Miss Cassandra Edmonds, who shared her experience with the NACA program. So if you're interested in purchasing a home and you're a first-time home buyer, the NACA program, you can actually go on NACA.com and you can sign up for their workshop, and that workshop will tell you everything you need to know about the program and how to make that home purchase. So guys, next week, February 11th is going to be lit. Like, I am so excited. I'm so excited. So tune in on Thursday, February 11th, as we will be streaming live from Respect Nutrition. Now, I'm going to be there. Everything else will be either pre-recorded or the people will be streaming. So, we're doing the whole social distancing thing. The performers, it will be pre-recorded. But I will be at Respect Nutrition because I'm going to be promoting some businesses. So Respect Nutrition is a hub for Herbalife products. And next week's topic is Let's Stay Together. We're going to be talking about love and commitment with a few extras. You'll be able to purchase Valentine gifts for you or a friend or a spouse right here online. Everybody is welcome. That's right, Tara. It's going to be lit. You'll be able to purchase a gift for yourself. Like me, I will be getting myself a gift, or you can get it for a friend or for a lover, for anybody. Miss Davina, Issa Noble, Davina Sweet Treats will be there, and anybody that knows, and these people also ship. So if you're not in our area, that's fine. She makes some wonderful, beautiful, colorful chocolates, covered strawberries and other things that I don't even know what you call it, but it's not just good, it also looks good. Tara, you look real happy about that. Me too, I'm gonna have a cheat day. So Davina's Sweet Treats with Issa Noble, she'll be here. Prismatic Bling Garden, we'll have a paparazzi representative, Miss Shanae Drake. Kinchar Body Products, I just locked them in today. I'm so happy about that. And Respect Nutrition with Ariana. And Ariana, she does the whole health thing, and I'm working to become her poster child, so I'm really working hard. So there you have it. You'll be able to purchase something sweet, something pretty, something to make your skin feel good, and something for your health. So we got all bases covered. Also, there will be performances by Sarah Cunningham Guthrie. Whitney Patrice will be dancing, and an artist who used to live here, and he's back in California now. He will be Dan Swan White. He will be singing. I love him. And then to top it off, my dynamic, fun, and energetic co-hosts are the Luckies and the Xaviers. Did I tell you it's going to be lit? Hey, Beth, it's going to be off the chain. I I'm so excited. Yes. So show up next week. Same time, same bat station. 4:30. Every Thursday, I'm here making it happen. Oh, yeah. For those of you who are looking for a support group, please join my page, Healthy People Making Healthy Choices. We are there to become accountability partners to help you through your fitness and your health. And if you just need motivation or someone's always sharing some information that's really, really good. So, all right, that's it for that. All right. So today. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for being here and thank you for supporting. I see you jump on from time to time. Uh, Guys, Jeff is my previous boss, but he's more like family. Like we really had a wonderful work family, and I miss you so much, and I love you so much, and I hope you're doing well. So today, here we are. We've selected to do this topic of what's going on, as it's important that we stay in the know, deal with the right now, and also to prepare for our future. So today is a very special segment as we are honoring Black History Month. And I'm so privileged to be an African American. You couldn't tell, right? Well, listen, I'm an African American. I'm Black. I'm a Black American. I don't know. See, that shows you right there why it's so wonderful to be what I am, because they don't oftentimes know what to call us. So I am me. And in case you don't know that you're a part of this great people, that's what I'll call us. We are a great people. Consider who your father is. Did you realize that your father, the seed carrier, is the one who determines what you are? So you might be very, very light skinned, but if your dad's Black, you're Black. Anyway, that determines your nationality. I do know some people who did not know that, so I see you talking, Tara. Yes, ma'am. It's going to be the bomb. Anyway, we come in many shades, many hues of mochas, browns, maples, caramels, tans, and vanillas, and everything in between. Our queens have a mystique and strength like no other, and they are often sought after because it's just like, wow, their complexion and just, and our kings are feared for their intellect, their intelligence, and their physical strength cannot be compared. And our contributions to America are absolutely countless. Our people have conquered every mountain and broken numerous barriers in every area, from government, education, engineering and inventions, science and medicine, sports, arts and entertainment, religion, media, family, economy, and so much more. So today, here we are. I have some wonderful panelists who are here with me to explore the struggle, the conquering, and the responsibility and the road ahead. I am happy to introduce my panelists. So first out the gate, I have Miss Clarissa Butler. Come on in the room. Hi, lady. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am so honored that you are here with me.
I am honored to be here. You know, I count it a privilege and an honor anytime I can get with you, and to be a part of this format, I think is simply amazing. So thank you so much for thinking about me. I appreciate it.
I always think of you. You're my big sis.
That's my little sis, exactly. This is my little sis, unashamedly so.
Absolutely. And I know you're glad to be here, but not here with the snow, right?
You are right. You are right. I am a Floridian born and bred, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do they
Yes, you
take
are.
it?
Yes,
So,
you are.
yes, I'm glad to be here virtually.
Thank you. So Ms. Butler, she's an educator of academics as well as religious studies, and is an excellent teacher. She has so many talents, and I'm just so honored that you are here. I can't wait to talk with you more.
My pleasure.
Next up, we have Miss Roz Colander. Come on, West Coast.
Hey,
How are you?
hey, bringing the sunshine.
I'm jealous. I'm
you.
jealous.
No snow, no snow.
So Roz is a very dear friend of mine who lived here. Are you from Connecticut,
I
Roz?
am.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I know I've known you since I know myself almost. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, she has jumped over to the West Coast. Sunshine, sunshine. And she is a talented, creative gift, and is also a great teacher of the Word of God and so much more. She's, I'd be here all day just working to explain.
So,
Hey. So, Rosalind, thank you for being here today.
it's my pleasure. I'm so glad you invited me.
Listen, this is wonderful. Now, I do have another panelist, and he's having some technical difficulties, so hopefully he'll make it on. He will complete this passionate panel, and it would just be amazing. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started, and please feel free. Somebody say, yay, Roz. Is it Paris Bush? Welcome, Paris. We're so glad you're here. Welcome, Miss Cynthia. We're glad you're here.
Hi.
Oh, God. So we have a few topics, and we don't know which way this is going to go. So, but please feel free to comment, because this is important. So I have a question. I am just curious, in your opinion, what would America look like if we were not here? We, meaning Black America. And anybody can jump out there. Hi, Tiffany.
Sis, go ahead.
America no doubtedly would not be the nation that it is if we were not here. When we look at the contributions that have come from us, when it comes to inventors, inventions, education, and all of those things, if that was absent from America, America would not be the nation that America is now. Because of that which we brought to this nation. I tell my students, and I'm a teacher of history, and one thing I tell them, you have to remember that we were not, as a whole, we were not an enslaved people. That title as a whole came to us when we were brought here. So we came from where we were as doctors, as entrepreneurs, as engineers. We were those people prior to coming here. And so when we came here, as a whole, that's where the whole slavery term came from, and that is true. So we brought those talents with us. Mm-hmm. We brought those talents with us, and so in doing so, we have continuously built this nation. This nation is interwoven in the historicity of Black America.
Yes, ma'am.
Without us, it would not be where it is now. That's
so
my
true. So true. What do you say, Rob?
With that, I think one of the things that we don't celebrate about our ancestors, about our history, is the fact that we were able to bring all of those talents and gifts, innovations to a country that spoke a language we did not know, learn that language, and then transport and translate those gifts, abilities, and talents into what this country now is. So we're just phenomenal. We don't get credit for it.
We are.
Ourselves on the back, because God really did his best work when he put us down here.
Listen, that's why he was tired. That's why he was tired. On that day he had to rest. I'm just kidding, Jesus. But I think something that's important that you said, Clarissa, you were talking about, we had to do it with all of the obstacles and the harshness and what would have happened. But this also speaks to our future, because if we were able to do what we did with all of the obscurity, all of the obstacles, with just everything they endured. And we hear stories, we see, movies, but the real, we couldn't fathom it. But what would happen if we really did take that strength? Honestly, we do have a strength like no other. We really, really, really do. Look at our women. Look at the women in the fields, dropping those babies. Now, I know I come from these women. Let me tell you why. But dropping them babies, strapping them up, and getting right back up in the field and going back to work. And the reason why I say that is because I was in labor with my son, playing the organ for a revival. And then, I'm just saying. So, you know what? And you have to know, people, we really do need to know where we come from. Like, I know the historians in my family, one of the things that they said is that our people, and I'm certain it happened with a lot of people, but they knew that our people were bred. They would take a medium-sized man. They would get what they wanted for the work that was at hand. So they needed a strong back. They needed a strong woman, depending on if they were going to be in the fields or whatever the task was. So, I know I have a strong body because it's the DNA, it is the DNA. But what would happen? What would happen if we really honed in on that innate strength that there's a thread that flows through us as a people? As much as we get a bad rap, and for those that get misled, misguided, if we really stepped out, it would be amazing. I think Poppa T is here. I think I can pull you on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. Oh my goodness, you had a journey, huh?
Complicated. It was definitely complicated.
Oh my goodness. So guys, let me introduce you to Poppa T, who is the executive producer of JCT Television and Multimedia. I think someone's volume might be up a little bit. I don't know if it's me. I'll turn mine down as well because I hear myself more than, yeah. So welcome, Poppa T. We have jumped in the thick of things.
I'm so glad to be here finally.
All right, so we were just chatting about what would America look like without us. So you can jump right in there.
It wasn't much to it before we got here and got to constructing things. So it definitely will be a totally different look. And as you can see, that it's totally becoming self-destructive now. So it might go back to being what it was before we got here. But the thing is, too, I mean, speaking really, putting all the jokes aside, is the fact that we were here a long time before the Indians. They had a lot of the Olmec heads, which represented us. We had been here long before the Indians, which was exiled back in, I believe, 1642. We were already here.
Okay, and I'm listening. I'm working on some technical stuff, so I am not bored at all.
Yeah, I see
so
you.
Please keep
and I
going.
don't envy you. Because I know that it took to host the platform and to multitask by engineering too can be very difficult. I appreciate that. But anyway, I really don't see America being much without us because, as I said before, that they are self-destructive. And they're showing that now by going in, destroying their own Capitol building. The Capitol building is one of the first buildings I went to when I went to meet Richard Nixon when I was 12 years old. And the thing is that I really honor that building out of all of the structures, more so than the White House. And for them to go up and violate the Capitol, it's like really incredible.
Wait a minute. Let's not even go. That's that right there all by itself. Perry, Poppa T, do me a favor. Check your phone. My son is backstage. He wants to assist you with something. Are you able to check your text? There's something with your microphone. Just bear with us, guys. Because you brought it up, because you brought it up about at the Capitol. So did you see today where one of the guys that went to jail was requesting like organic food?
I did.
Okay. So, with that said, now and this is just the truth. This is just the truth. First of all, at the Capitol, if that many people that look like me congregated, first of all, down the street, okay, I'm not talking about the steps, and this is just a real point. It's just real. But I just thought that was amazing that one could even request luxuries while being in jail, like because of religious purposes, I believe they said. Amazing, right?
Amazing. Amazing. And they didn't want his rights to be violated. So, right.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and what are your views about what happened on the Capitol? Anybody can jump out there since we touched it.
I mean, that was an event that just
Wow.
revealed the undercurrent that's been present in this country for centuries. It's nothing new.
It's not.
They didn't have a person in a high enough level of authority to unleash the Kraken. All they needed was someone in
Hmm.
a position of authority to give them the right to exercise what was always there. I know we're not surprised. We shouldn't be.
We're not. We're not.
You know,
Exactly.
it's not for us.
You know, when I look at it as a bottom line to that question that you just asked, I look at it as here it is, my children is actually protesting the children of the fathers and mothers that oppressed my fathers and mothers,
Wow.
and so forth, all the way back from the time that they first started going and conquering and bringing us here, which is really amazing, which shows you there has been no change, especially since they protest against them and they want to call Black Lives Matter a actual terrorist group. But they haven't really already defined the ill wills, the Proud Boys, and those other organizations that are led by the other so-called occupants of America. They haven't defined them as terrorists yet. But Black Lives Matter is terrorist because you're protesting being neglected and abused. So
See,
that's a rough
actually,
challenge.
Canada did just designate
They
the Proud
did
Boys as a terrorist group. So,
yesterday.
yeah,
They did.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah.
Canada, you know, although they did merge with America to the degree that they call themselves Americans, they're a lot like Puerto Rico. Like you saw the way that they treated Puerto Rico. They told Puerto Ricans, okay, you just got slaughtered by this hurricane, but we're
Mhm.
not going to, we can't assist you financially, but what we'll do, we'll forgive your past financial debts to us. How's that going to help me?
It
If I'm
doesn't.
drowning, you understand what I'm saying? If I'm
Right.
drowning, do I wait till I see somebody to yell for help? No,
Mm.
I need help now. You understand? So they treat Canada in the same fashion, but Canada is very self-sufficient and resourceful because
Right.
Here, I've got a comment. Hold on one second. It says, okay, so that's probably me getting that feedback. It says, the worst part is that they were praying and actually thought they were doing the Lord's work. Well, that sounds like the slaves back in the day because they were God-fearing people
Oh yeah,
who had slaves who went to church, sang the hymns. Um,
did.
they professed Christianity, loved the Lord, but they had slaves, and not all of them were good to the slaves, as we know. You know, a lot of horrible things. The slaves a lot of times were treated like dogs or worse. So that's just a very interesting concept.
It
Um,
is.
so let's do this. So I am convinced that hatred, discrimination, and racism oftentimes is taught at the dinner table or the breakfast table. There,
definitely
you know,
during the athletic training and so forth. Always, it's not something that a child inherits in their DNA. This
is
is
not.
something that's bred and taught to them. Look at Miss Green. Miss Green said that our situation in Sandy Hook was a hoax. It never happened. She's creating a conspiracy theory to actually thwart the people's minds.
Uh-oh.
But she really honestly have the option of you and I saying, okay, if it was something that was manufactured, right, then let's look at it and how the principles would rely. And we, on the other hand, we say, well, knowing that it's not fabricated because we exist here in Connecticut, then we know the facts and this is why it exists. But it seems as though there's a thin line when it comes down to this breed of people and their thinking in this illogical
Mm.
fashion that they lack that barrier that separate intelligence from ignorance and logic from illogic. They do not show logic. It's not an option. It appears with them. but it's something that we have actually compromised for centuries, rather than going to war with them. But the thing is that they're asking to go to war again, and they're saying you're going to get back where you were, because one thing is that the person that was in the office, the 46 minus one, um, he actually professed these things to them. When he's talking about make America great again, before Obama left office, he gave a great speech. He said, how can you believe the fallacy of someone telling you they're going to make America great again?
Mm.
Actually, he and Michelle had single-handedly made America great again. The statistics, if you look in the Library of Congress, the things that President Obama accomplished while he was in office is amazing, but yet they tell you he did nothing. So why was all
But
those executive
can I
orders
interject right here? I want to interject right here. Like, this is just my opinion. I believe that President Obama was an amazing, amazing person, amazing man. I don't believe that he was you didn't say it, but I don't believe he was the greatest president. I believe he did some things, but I don't believe he was the greatest president. And that's just the truth. I don't know who I would say was the greatest, but um, because the president really, except our former president, most of the time, and I'm not even throwing shade because I'm working to respect all authority, but most of the time, the president is just the show person who cannot make all the decisions.
Right.
There's a lot to do. There's a lot with that. So I do. I love President Obama. You know what? I was most proud about him coming through with loyalty, character, and integrity. And I really do believe he loves America and the American people. And I can say that part because even after, like now that he's not in office, he still cares. And even Michelle Obama, she talks about, she was, after they left the White House, she was pretty distraught about the hands that the American lives were being left in. So I can't say that he was, I think he did some things. He did some things. The first thing out the gate was he found old boy over there. I mean, he was never lost. Was that Osama?
Yeah.
He wasn't lost. They knew where he was at. Because America is great. America has technology. I don't believe anybody in America is lost. It's just that they're not ready to get them. That's what I believe.
I concur. I think one of the problems that we have in this nation is it has to speak to the entitlement of a particular race. When you feel that you are entitled, then you feel that laws don't apply to you because you are the maker of the laws. And that's one of the problems with this country. It is so easy to see those, as they call them now, loyalists, because that's how this nation was birthed. It was birthed through taking from others. It has always taken. It has always taken. So when we talk about generational, you have to look at that has always been in them. They have always taken, and I'm not prejudiced, but I'm truthful. They have always taken. So now when you are becoming a minority in a country that you took from somebody else, you are feeling threatened. And so you would do whatever you do to protect what you think is yours, which really not yours, because you forget the people that you took it from. But because you call yourself building the nation, you didn't build the nation, we built the nation. So therefore that is in the back. It's psychology. It's still in the back of your mind. These people that we tried to hold down for all these years are the ones who actually built this nation. And when we see these people coming into what they actually know, what they actually possess, what they can actually do, then we're going to push back because we're becoming the minority in this nation that we took from a group of people. And so they feel that they are entitled. No, you're not. You are not. We can't, and we know it's not true. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created. My bishop said, no, my bishop, no. We don't hold these truths to be self-evident, because if that were the case, then all men would be treated equal. My bishop says like this: we were created equal because we were created by God, but we're not treated equal because man treats us differently. Created, yes, but treated, no. And so we have to make sure that, again, this is what we tell our children.
Mhm.
This is what we pass down. That is what the book in the Old Testament is saying. They passed it down from generation to generation. They kept it as the frontlet of their eyes so that they would tell their children. That's why they prosper. They told it. And I tell you, I tell my children, my students all the time, if you don't tell your story, someone else will tell your story. And when they tell your story, you're not going to like how it's being told. So tell your story. And
I
that's
think
what
that's
we must
powerful.
continue to do.
I think that's powerful. It's powerful because every generation does get weaker and weaker and gets farther and farther from the pureness of the truth. And I do believe if we really understood and taught our youth to embrace,
Yes.
especially those positive role models, and really talk to them about honor, really talk to them about character. And the thing is, we have to invest. I'm not I don't want to say I'm not pro-black, but I'm not one of those people that, I don't like the conversations, oh, the man is keeping us down, oh, the man is keeping us down, because you have to, we have a responsibility. This is something we wanted to get to. One of the things is we have to take a responsibility in our success, because if we don't, no one's going to do it for us. We also have to educate our youth with the same thing, keeping our credit straight, understanding where you live is powerful. I mean, we're coming to the point where um, different communities are going to kind of, going to keep some people out, and I mean, we can already see it now. It's happening.
You see it?
It's shifting, into the gated communities, and so these things are already lining itself up. I know right here in Bridgeport, with some of the projects, they have told them, we will pay for you to be relocated in another state, like, or we'll send you all to one area of Connecticut. So everything is intentional. Like, they already have a plan for us. So if we don't have a plan for ourselves,
Okay.
Yeah.
somebody's going to make that decision for us.
Can I backtrack just a little bit to something Ms. Clarissa was saying earlier, the discussion on entitlement. And, the quote from the 13th Amendment, we hold these truths to be self-evident. That 13th Amendment never applied to us. None of that included us. We were only considered 3/5 of a person. And that was something that was never, revoked in the Constitution or the amendments. It's still in there. And the mindset is still, that's the same mindset towards us. I think one of our problems is that we have a sense of willful ignorance sometimes. We try to act as if we don't know the things that we do know. So if I know that I'm in a society where there's a level of entitlement that applies to a certain hue of people, then I have to act based on the knowledge that I don't have that.
That's
so
right.
Govern my actions as I'm moving through this earth. Like, if I know I can't get away with stealing a bag of potato chips,
do it.
why do that? Like, why do it? I'm saying we have a responsibility to not react to what's happening, but to take action in our own interest. Because you already know you're not living in a society that is sensitive to your needs or concerned about your advancement. We have to live according to knowledge. We have to operate on a different level.
Good. That's good stuff. What say you, Poppa T?
Martin said a long time ago that freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. And there's different methods of actually commanding and demanding your equal rights or your rights, period. One of the biggest things that touched my heart yesterday, and they played it over and over and over on the different news, was the gentleman, a black gentleman, it was actually 2 or 3 of them, that's suing the NFL. And the bottom line, even in all of his dementia and everything, he stated, I just want to be treated like a white man.
Wow.
And that hit me a whole lot differently than probably it hit a whole lot of other people. Because I don't wish to be treated like a white man.
Right.
I'm not looking for equal rights. I'm looking to be treated as a black man and for my sisters to be treated as black women who are truly the sons and daughters of Almighty God Himself. Treat me as a black man. So, in order to do that, we have to sit down at the table and you have to learn something about my culture and about the depths of my thoughts that emanate from the subconscious regions of my mind and learn me as I will do my best to learn you. I didn't have a difficulty learning you because taught me you. And you did it
That's true.
through a very dominant um, command, which was at the end of a whip, at the end of a noose tied around my neck. You
Mm,
burnt my people, literally. You've done so many of those things. And I see by Miss Green saying that it is not a strong Republican, but a weak Republican that is willing to lose gracefully. So what she's saying, she's not talking about the economy or none of those other things. She's talking about who is ruling this country. As you said earlier, Mr. Patrice, you said that uh, none of this was put in order for us. It wasn't put here for us to sit in the seats that we're sitting in, including these seats that we're sitting in today on this platform. That
mm-hmm,
wasn't created for you. It wasn't created for you to be a counselor. It wasn't created for you to sit in Congress, sit in the Senate, sit in the White House. Those seats weren't meant for you to sit in as a judge or an attorney. So you're taking away jobs from their people. And they're showing you that when they say point at the Mexicans, they want you to help them put the Mexicans out so that they can put you back in what they call your place,
mm,
which is being subservient. We became the most wealthy country on the planet by free labor. And
That's
mm-hmm,
whose back was that labor on? It was on my back and on my sister's backs. You understand? So we have to acknowledge the truth of the matter of where we are and take a stand as to where we will continue to strive forward to. What are you striving forward to? The kingdom of God? Or are you going to
mm,
return to the depths of hell, which is where Satan had you prior to you becoming enlightened and deciding that as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord if it costs
mm,
me my life.
mm-hmm. I just want to have a viewer saying, right, right. People don't really know how to treat a black man or woman. We have to teach them. I believe we have to teach anybody how to treat us.
yes.
Indeed.
I believe that. How you learn me by how I treat me. That's the teachable moment. Um,
Indeed.
you said something. You said a lot. um, you said a lot. There's a lot that was very impactful. I'm
Miss
looking at my
Wanda?
time now, so I'm gonna jump
That's
forward.
right.
I think we may have to do a part two, because we have yeah. I think that's what's gonna have to happen. But let me ask this
You
question:
gotta be more than willing.
do you believe an apology? Alarms are going off. Is enough
You already know.
for Black America? Is an apology enough for Black America? Come on, give it to us.
I have
Ladies.
always said that if you require an apology to forgive, then you're just an unforgiving person. Because people who are forgiving forgive without an apology. An apology
That's
is actually not going to change anything. And Ray, I mentioned to you earlier, last week I started following a website called govtrack.us. And
Yes.
it gives you up to the minute information concerning bills that are on the floor, laws
Mhm.
recently made. And there's a conversation going on right now to look into giving reparations. I don't want the mule. I'll take the 40 acres. We need property. But they're not sorry. So do we want
right.
a sincere and disingenuous apology just for the sake of saying we
Say
humbled somebody? They're accustomed to giving people what they want to get what they want. It's a bartering thing. That won't
Mhm.
do anything. actions speak louder than words, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you say, Clarissa?
Totally agree. I totally agree. In order for there to be an apology, there will have to be an admission of guilt, not happening.
Nope.
So, not happening. So we go on to know because
Yeah.
we know that we go on to know. So, no.
You know what I think, and I'm coming back to you, Papa T, for the same question. I will let hold it. I'm gonna let you have it. I just think it's interesting that had to be in the summertime. I know in New Haven they were taking down statues of Christopher Columbus,
Slave,
and
Oh,
then we had them.
slave
Then
owners.
we had people taking down Confederate flags, and I was just like, now, now I guess the representation of that flag flying over my head, I understand that, but
right.
still, you took it down because I'm like, really, what has it
Right.
done?
It
That was
doesn't
if
do
that was
anything.
if that was 6 to 8 months ago. What has it done? So go ahead, Papa T. I just wanted to insert that right there. So is an apology enough for Black America?
You know, I watched The Honeymooners a long time ago, and through a course of action, Ralph Cramden put Ed Norton in the hospital, right? And then he came to visit him, brought him flowers, candy, and so forth. But it came down, to the final question was that he said, "Haven't I always been here for you? Didn't I come visit you in the hospital and so forth?" And Ed Norton had to look at him and say, "Who put me in the hospital? You
Hey,
put me in the
Right.
hospital.
Right.
So
Right.
why am I
that's
supposed to
good.
applaud you?" You understand?
Yeah,
And
I
that's
do.
where we are as far as talking about retribution and so forth. The thing is that how are you going to tell me that you are truly sorry? Prior to about a week and
Change.
change before 9/11, right? About a week and change before 9/11, President Bush and others was in the United Nations. And there was a sort of a secret trial of which America, by all the other nations, had been agreed and had been indicted on war crimes for the things that they did to the blacks in America, that they took and trapped and brought over here enslaved. And they were found guilty and they were supposed to come back for sentencing. Bush stood up and told the United Nations later for you. He didn't say it at that nicely,
Uh-huh.
with some other more harsh words. He said later for y'all and walked out. And then it was like about maybe a week and change later that 9/11 happened.
Mhm.
Now, some of the closest alliances were the bin Ladens and the Bush family. The first law and first command after those planes struck those buildings was from the president, executive order, get the bin Laden's family and escort them to safety. But I say that just to, I know we're wrapping it up here, to leave the folks with something to think about because a lot of people don't know about this.
Mhm.
The same thing happened again when we had the situation with the war in Iraq. Again, executives were found guilty of certain charges. They had went in and stole all the money that Bill Clinton had left in the reserve. They stole all of that money. They had their names in the papers and how much they stole, how many thousands of dollars. And they were going to be all indicted. But after the war was started, conveniently to down, um, not Osama bin Laden, what was the other gentleman name? Saddam Hussein.
Mhm.
That's when they attacked him. And Americans are really, truly afraid of dying. That's why I'm kind of shocked that they are moving in the power they're moving in. And I want to see what happens when they realize that it's not the same old situation, but you're facing a situation now where you're striking at boards. Boards don't hit back, but humans do.
Mhm.
We've won every war that this country has ever fought all the way back from the Civil War. We are very resourceful. I've seen men cry, as people drop next to them in the jungles. But the thing is that these are the same men that come back and take the credit for all the great achievements, that your blood was shed for, because you are truly born warriors,
Wow.
men and women. Look how resourceful you women are. You have 3 women on this panel today, right? You women are resourceful. We have a black woman sitting in the White House. You are very resourceful, and I want the people out there not so much to concentrate on the things that have been done to us, but I want them to concentrate on not allowing things to occur to them in the future, and to stand up and be treated as black men and black women, the true sons and daughters of Almighty God Himself. I want them to focus on that, not so much focus on the negative of what has happened. We're focusing
Mhm.
on the problem. Let's not focus on the problem. Let's focus on the solution. And if you give all that energy simply toward the solution, when positivity happens, even in the sky, when a positive electric neon and a negative electric neon strike, it causes a sound called thunder and the clash and flash of light called lightning. And what has happened is that positive has smashed that negative out of existence. So just by simply being super positive, ladies and gentlemen, be super confident and super positive, and you will overcome all of your current situations and problems here on earth, because that's all your Father's waiting for you to do. Because in doing that, you will return your face to Almighty God, which is what He's asking. It's all in the Bible. I turn my face from you because you've turned your back on me. Return your face to me. Worship me properly. How do you worship me? In honor and in truth. So keep bringing the truth. Keep bringing the truth, ladies. That's all I have to say here today. Keep bringing the truth.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I just want to go to the comment section. One comment is, don't treat me like a black woman. How about a fellow human? Just civility. That's a good point. And
Yes.
then human rights are the real issue, but we don't focus on that. That's a colorless fight. Yeah.
I like
That-
it, but then
that's-
again, I have to
That's
say to
the
you
part too.
that, let me just say this right here, right quickly.
Certainly.
I'm gonna jump right back out of the way. Those people came into the Capitol building to hang, burn, and kill the vice president at that time, Pence, and Pelosi. So I don't want them to treat me as an equal human, because I see how they treat themselves. Treat me for what I am, and we are not.
That's true, because some people don't know how to treat themselves. So
They don't.
that's a powerful statement right
They
there.
don't. They
So,
don't.
You know, I might not like how you treat you, so maybe you should keep that. Roz, give me your thoughts on that, the human rights.
I really, it has to be about human rights. Historically, typically, unfortunately, Black people, we tend to only focus on our issues, and we are not the only ones suffering certain atrocities that we are. There may be varying degrees of it. I mean, Mexican families that cross the border illegally, their children, they have been kept in cages.
Mm-hmm.
Different from slavery. This is, 2021, and we still have the same kinds of situations going on. I don't think there's a universal answer without considering the plight of everyone. We can't just be, tunnel focused like that. We have to think about what's happening around all of us. And if we could collectively come up with a plan, we could really make a difference. We do have to focus on what's going on in the government. We cannot neglect, cannot be ignorant, just like I was saying, of, what bills are on the table. What are they planning? What are they plotting? Because we vote for people and then we walk away from the table. And then we're just affected by the laws that they choose to enact that we're ignorant of. We have to know what's going on. We were one of the loudest rallying cries about defunding the police, but are we willing to get involved in community policing? So we have to be a part of the solution, an active part. Like faith without works is dead, because we talk a lot and we have good ideas, but we have to be willing to put to work to implement our ideas and work together to see things come to fruition.
Absolutely. I agree. This is wonderful. We're definitely going to have a part 2, because there are things that we did not get to that I definitely want to touch upon. I hope that this has been beneficial and just a respectful conversation. And, there are so many people who can't have that. So I appreciate that even the viewers, you were very respectful. This is not a platform to bash anyone, because bashing is not the solution from whoever. That's not the solution. So this was just an opportunity to be informed, to learn some things. And thank you. Someone said good conversation. Thank you so much. We're definitely going to do this again. I'm going to see if everybody is available in 2 weeks to come back to this table and make it happen again. This is a great conversation, and we need these things need to be discussed. Part two, hey, yes. So I'm so much I want to thank my panelists. I struggle with calling her by her first name, and I know she wasn't born pastor. Her first name is Clarissa, but she is a pastor. My big sister Clarissa Butler, my dear friend Rosalind, and Poppa T. Thank you all so much for being on, and I will talk to you again about coming back because you guys are very passionate and you are knowledgeable. So I'm learning. I'm really not political, but even just talking to Roz, and she gave me the same information that she just talked about the
I love it.
The U.S. track, govtrack.us. Govtrack.us. Check that out. Track.us. And you'll see the bills that they're working on. Like one of them right now is one of the bills they're submitting is that the Black national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, that it become our national hymn, the nation's national hymn. So, and then there's some really good stuff, and we really do need to keep up. We need to keep up what's going on, because if we're informed, this will assist us with strategies and planning. You got to stay on top of things, otherwise you'll always be behind the 8 ball. So I want to say thank you, panelists. You guys are just amazing, and I will talk with you all real soon.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye, y'all. And to my viewers, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you, Tara. Yes, I'm not good with conflict, and I would have never been a good debater. That's what Tara did. Tara has that gift of attorneyism on her. I have learned to have discussions and conversations because I was hands first, talk later. I didn't have nothing to say. So this is something that I have developed, and I'm not real political, but I'm making myself stay in the know of things as I should. So thank you, viewers. I just want to say in my closing, I believe that when you insert hate, racism, and discrimination, you actually cause yourself to be void of so much value. You separate yourself from the treasures that lie within someone else. I leave you with this. How important is it for me to be concerned for the negative about your race, your creed, your color, your religion, your political party, or even your sexuality? If a person had to have emergency surgery, would it not be more significant that the person performing the procedure was qualified, not a Republican, not gay? And I'm not saying I'm for these things, but their difference should not matter to me. Actually, their difference should matter to me, because the difference is they're qualified, I'm not, or whoever it is. Heal me, okay? Ask questions later. Work on me first. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for being here, and I hope this has been something of your interest. And remember to come back next week, February 11th, 4:30. We're always here Thursday at 4:30. But next week, I'll be streaming live from Respect Nutrition if the weather should stay the same. Please join us. We're going to have a wonderful time. Remember, have your credit cards, your debit cards ready, because there are going to be some amazing gifts or purchases that you can make for yourself or for someone else. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I love that you're here. And to the new viewers, thank you. Please come back, Paris. Please come back, Tiffany. Please come back. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing night. Remember, be strong, be wise. Keep enhancing your life, because life is worth living while we wait.
I stay wise. I live